Good morning, Mizzou fans. Welcome into PM in the AM for Tuesday, October 7th. I'm Gabe DeArmond. 4 days now until Mizzou and Alabama in the Tigers' first big test of the season. And anytime you're talking about Missouri, the main thing we're talking about, at least through the first 5 weeks of the season, is the Mizzou running game. So the question for today: can Missouri line up and just run the ball at Alabama and do enough to come out with a win? In most years past, the answer to that question is a very simple and very quick absolutely not. But this Missouri running game is among the best in America at 292 yards a game, led by the country's leading rusher, Ahmad Hardy, the leading rushing touchdown scorer, Ahmad Hardy, the second string back, Jamal Roberts, having a heck of a year, Bo Pribula, who hasn't used his legs maybe as much as a lot of people would have thought through the first 5 weeks, but I can guarantee you will use his legs anytime he finds it necessary on Saturday against the Crimson Tide. So we know what Missouri's run game has done. We know who it's against. Generally, Alabama has a reputation of, that defensive line and that front being very, very difficult to run against. That has not been the case so far this year. Alabama gave up 227 rushing yards to Florida State in a loss, a lot of them to quarterback Thomas Castellanos. So that's something to keep an eye on with Pribula, either on design runs or getting out of the pocket. They gave up 234 yards rushing, I believe the number was, to Georgia in a 24-21 win. But the one thing the Bulldogs didn't have a problem do is running. And then against Vanderbilt, they gave up 135 yards on the ground. But the more telling number, they gave up 7.1 yards per carry. That is a gigantic number, obviously. Florida State's per carry average wasn't as good. It was 4.5, somewhere around there. Georgia's was over 6. So two of the three better teams they played, and I know they also played Wisconsin, but Wisconsin is not Wisconsin anymore. Two of the three better teams they played have run the ball for better than 6 yards a carry, both SEC teams. That is what Missouri wants to do first and foremost. Now, I think everybody expects Alabama defensive coordinator Kane Womack to dedicate everything he can to stopping the run. So the question then becomes, is Missouri good enough to just line up and say, hey, we know what we're doing, and we know you know what we're doing, and we're going to do it anyway? Or is this a game that they're going to have to lean more on Bo Pribula, Brett Norfleet, Marquise Johnson, Kevin Coleman, the passing game? Kind of remains to be seen. I would not be surprised to see Kirby Moore come out throwing the ball in the first quarter more than we would think he's going to, and try to loosen up that Alabama defense a little bit, and then feed Hardy, feed Roberts, and see if you can lean on them. I think the key number in this game, 25. That's how many touches Ahmad Hardy needs. I'm not going to give you a yardage number, but if he gets 25 touches, that means Missouri is holding on to the ball, is being successful, is doing what it wants to do on offense. And so that's the number I'm keeping my eye on. 25 touches for Ahmad Hardy on Saturday morning. Again, game at 11 a.m. That is on ABC Saturday morning, Mizzou and Alabama at Faurot Field. You can join us right now over at powermizzou.com until the end of Wednesday, until 10:59 p.m. Central Time Wednesday night. We got 50% off a year subscription. No better time to do it, guys. 7 SEC games coming up. Basketball about to get going. Transfer portal in January. All of it for 50% off, plus the most active and best message board for Mizzou fans that you are going to find. Last night on the channel, we had State of the Tigers, Cody Goodwin, and myself, and we talked with Billy Derrick a little bit, our producer, who also covers Vanderbilt. He gave us a little insight into what he saw out of Alabama last week. You can catch that. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll have a member of the Bama 24/7 staff on previewing the Crimson Tide PM in the AM every morning this week, and you can find us all over. I'm going to be on with Cole Kubelik and Greg McElroy on the radio later this morning. I'm doing a Bama podcast tonight be on CBS HQ on Friday morning. Cody Goodwin doing plenty of radio and podcast appearances as well. So check all of that out. Like, comment, share, and subscribe while you're here. Appreciate you. And oh, by the way, Media Day this afternoon at noon with Eli Drinkwitz and Missouri players. So we'll have all of that coverage up later today as well. Appreciate you hanging out. Talk to you next time.